Hello, welcome to today's analysis of the NQ and a little bit of BS. It is Friday, the 17th of January, and let's take a look at what we got. So typical. Yesterday I was just like, I don't know, man, and it was around UK Open. Now look, honestly, I kind of missed the fact that they took this as liquidity, but because of what was above it, I was like, man, until they hit this zone, like above this liquidity, like here, I'm just a bit, I'm not calling anything yet. I mean, I guess maybe because the ES tapped into this area and the NQ didn't. That's what led to it. But oh man, that's hard. Like that's difficult to call. Like SMTs are fine when they're obvious highs getting taken, but this was, if that was the cause, it was tricky, man. It was tricky. Anyway, they moved down straight from there. They front ran my little block here that I was thinking of taking all the way up to around this block, and they front ran that too. It's all just front running now. It's just front running, but it's fine. I had a couple of losses yesterday. Kind of chasing. I guess. I mean, my ideas weren't too bad. I got in here on one, and they stopped me out by like a pip, and I was like, kind of pissed off, but it's fine. It happens. Today's a new day, and they've given us things to look at. So this block up here is still a thing. That point of control is still a thing. We've had a change of character internally, and we've come back into the huge push up, the huge news gap. I'm considering this mitigated. If we start breaking below Sydney's low, or this isn't Sydney anymore. I guess Sydney opens at like 8, but I'm calling this Sydney's low. It's kind of two lows now for Sydney. But yeah, if we break below Sydney's low, I don't know. I would be very, very. I wouldn't be crazy about jumping on longs. But if Sydney's low holds, I could see some recovery up, definitely. So we tapped a 45-minute block, gave some kind of a reaction during Asia, pulled back internally. We have this 24-minute block here, but I'm not super convinced about it because it wasn't anything that created look, if anything, this block led to this liquidity grab, right? The change of character, I'm considering this the change of character, this being taken. And the block that's closest to that has causality is above this. It's also a 45-minute kind of money flow interest here. But there is also liquidity above it. So there's a chance we can just kind of push past it into this volume gap here. And maybe this block will do something. There's a chance here that it's this 10-minute block that we swing fail some highs into, that does the job. So we kind of have stacked blocks here. The only reason I'm picking this block is because we also have the point of control is situated right there. It is the high volume node, and there was liquidity taken before moving down, so there's a chance that this order block does something. This one, this 24-minute, I don't know. If we get something from this, I feel like it's not going to carry us very far, honestly. But I have the liquidity line here. There is liquidity here. Could take a tiny scalp off it, but I would not be banking on it. And it's going to be typical, right? I say that, and that's going to be the one that brings us down. But look, I'm focusing on a bit higher, 21,400 or so. It's a nice round number as well. That helps. Larger scale of things, we still have this block above this high that we've mitigated, or not mitigated, front ran. But if this mitigation of this fair value gap, which is also like it's a 12-hour fair value gap, I know everything's a bit crunched up here, but It is a 12-hour fair value gap. If this moves up from here, closes above that high, even closes high in here, I think these blocks are going to be like this block is going to be kind of meh. We're going to be looking for higher liquidity pools, I think. So these guys and this guy, swing failing this would be tasty. I think it's around 22k as well. There is a chance that for next week we just bring it up. There is a chance. I'm still iffy about these lows. You know, like this is begging for a liquidity grab. When it happens, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know when it happens. There's a chance it's not soon. I'll say that. Because of this mitigation. If this mitigation carries, if it carries, and we leave this volume gap, there's a chance we don't need to see this for a while. So, yeah. If we get absorption internally, and maybe around US, that's not US. I mean, it's Friday. Maybe US or next week. If it creates a really heavy like resistance, then yeah, I would say that this is in jeopardy. But for now, this break of structure, you know, once we start breaking up internally here, I'll make this confirmed. Because you can't ignore the fact that we mitigated this fair value gap nicely and got a change of character, and now we're pushing up. We just have to wait. We have to wait. The thing is, we don't have to wait. We can play obviously the lower pulls, but like until it's fully confirmed, I want to see closes above this this guy. This guy here. 21,427. I want to see closes above there, like strong closes up there. Before I confirm fully that this greater break of structure is good. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit messy here, isn't it? We could remove this, but I'm gonna keep it there anyway. Look, we got order blocks on order blocks and order blocks. The most important one, I think, is the one above this 24-minute, honestly. These guys here. I think we could tap into this bear at MFI zone and then get a pullback. I think that would be not a bad trade. But okay, yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Anchored VWAP is higher up here. But again, I said if we get closes up here, then it's going to be feeling like bullish confirmation up here. This guy. Let's zoom out for a bit. So we have this RTH gap as well below us, but we have mitigated it. Not 50%, to be fair, not 50%, but we have mitigated it. It has been tapped. It's been pushed into. Orders have been filled below this wick, and we didn't get closes. So, you know, this is a decisionary area for whether they want to come back into here or bring it up. Typical, huh, for a Friday. But let's try and play the Friday logic. Eat into stack liquidity. Where is more liquidity stacked? Well, you know, the funny thing about these big gaps up is they don't, like, once they do this kind of thing to them, because this would be the obvious liquidity pivot, liquidity point that people would use, these descending highs become more and more tasty, right? Now, whether we whether we come up or down for UK, I don't know. We are trapped between two Tokyo highs. One here. Excuse me. One here and one here. This one is an SMT from the ES, which is interesting. And this one isn't, but we're actually situated on equal lows here on the ES. So, yeah, the equal lows thing makes me think that there is a chance that we pull into here and then bring it up. There's a chance. The thing is, yeah, I mean, liquidity was taken internally here. It led to this push up. If we do take this high, the zone I'm looking for is higher. I don't like this for even a small internal break of structure. I could take this and then we have a point of control there, but I don't know, man. Like, this is the focus, this guy, you know? Why am I not counting this? Well, this didn't wash a wash. If we had structure coming like this and then down and then up and then this took this, I would consider this the break of structure. But to me right now, this is just liquidity that's been taken. What took it? This guy, right? What led to the actual change of character, which was this guy, because it washed this, right? And this washed internally as well, and then we had a break. Like, that's nice. This is the change of character. The blocks above this are the catalysts. So I'm going to wait for them. If we come up without taking Tokyo's low and we just completely ignore it, then I might be more bearish, right? Could do something like that. And then that would be typical. Like, Friday moves, it's like they either run for liquidity or they just like they just don't go anywhere. They just go like they just chop and stay within the zone. They could do that. They could just come up and then US bring it down and then we park it here until Monday. And make everyone even more like confused. But we have catalysts, we have supply above us. Demand internal, like below Asia, above Sydney. Kind of internal. So follow the liquidity, you know. There's a hell of a lot of it up here. They might have done a good enough job that for Friday all they have to do is tap internal liquidity and then park it in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, that's it. Peace. Happy trading if you do decide to trade, and have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.